Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, good evening. So please tell others the meeting has started. It's getting more real, more intense as we're going on with this. Good evening. How was work today? And I hope we all had a great time. It's building up daily. The more people are already coming in, and people are still having a lot of questions as we proceed. But like I said, we'd always try our best to bring facilitators that can make it more simpler for people. I appreciate all of you that are reaching back to our DM and appreciating what we are doing, knowing that this is just support work that we're doing, and we appreciate it like that. Thank you too. It's very encouraging for me like that, and for all others that I'm bringing on board. Today, I'm bringing different people that will be able to assist us again. One of the person I'm bringing in is one of the advocates that has been speaking and supporting us on our children matters in this place. It will tell us more. More importantly, I'm bringing in, a lot of people will like this one. I'm trying to grab him. He walks his dog around this time, but I've told him to give us like a 10, 15 minutes as one of the agents that is working with us to help some of us to get accommodation. Somebody says she cannot hear. I don't know what's happening. Please, if you can hear me, signify, let me know. If you can hear me.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you, Anthony. Yes, let me look at 3, 4 people. Sarah Johnson, can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can hear you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So we'll run today again. I would first bring in one of us who in the last meeting was here in Nigeria, and now she's here in the UK. And by God's grace, our office handled everything about arriving here, from admissions to arrival, and everything in between, talk of it. So she's here. So I'm not just bringing her on to just show us that she's here. One of the fears a lot of us are having is what will happen at the point of entry. So we would make her share our experience on point of entry with us. So she too was here. Last time we had this call, she was in Nigeria, but today she's here. And after that, I would quickly track the agents, one of the agents that I've spoken with, that has assured us of houses. He has also gotten us Airbnb that some of you can use briefly before you get your house. Yes, please, everybody should mute their mic. So I want to bring him in, but before that, before I track him, I've not seen him on set now. Okay, I think he's in already. So I think he will be the first person to speak to us. Pelumi, you would have to relax. I've seen him. He's in already. Came from another name. He didn't use the name I call him here. Okay, so friends, tell others that. So we call these sessions now from admission to arrival. So, and we can ask ourselves various questions on that. And today we are going to be looking at accommodation and please, studio in Nigeria, let people arrive muted. It's always very, very distracting. Please. Isaiah Emmanuel, please make sure people arrive muted. Yes. So, like I said, I did all I could to grab my friend Tekla to be here today, and he will spend some 10, 15 minutes with us, and he can run there. We continue with other things. So those of you that want to know about, yes. Yes, can you mute? Good. So those of us that want to know about accommodation and everything, like I said, we are going all our way to get all what we could get to make it more easier for you than it was for us. For me, it was not easy. I keep saying it. And if you're joining us for the first time, I said what made my church and the welfare unit of our church organization come up with this is because of what we suffered. In fact, this is how I met this great agent that I brought on board today here, when those that handled my issue in their company could not get me accommodation from Nigeria. And I had to spend like 2-3 weeks in the hotel. And I spent like $3,000 live and direct. And I don't want any of you to spend anything like that as you're coming in. So trying to make it easy. So I became a good friend and a good partner. I'm buying some properties from them as well. When our immigration status changes, I've not bought any, but I'm on that process. When our immigration status changes, we should be able to buy some properties. And these are people, this is somebody that can do that with you when you come in. But now for Airbnb, that'll be cheaper, one, and for accommodations, and to tell us what we should look out for. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, my Jamaican friend and partner. We're discussing Bible in his car the other day. Sarah Johnson is what I see here now, but I call him Tekla. Tekla, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Good evening, Femi. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So these are my friends from Nigeria.
Good evening, Nigeria.
Yeah, coming in and already here. Please, do you want to orientate us about accommodation here? The processes that it takes, why it takes those processes, and amount that we should all prepare when we are coming in. Tekla, over to you.
So if you're looking to move to Middlesbrough TS1, that would be the main area for university students. The rents can be quite high. Normally, if you were to rent a whole house, a student would pay a minimum of £750 to £900 per month, because you usually rent as a group. So if it's a 3-bed house, the total amount would be £900 for the full property. If you were to rent a 2-bed house, then the total amount would be with me and Femi, after talking with Femi about what he's doing and what he's working on, etc. We've got houses coming up in TS1, very close to the university, ideally located in good condition, and we want to do it at a good price for the incoming tenants, students, or families, etc. So we've got a mixture of 2-3-bed properties, and the rents would start from £600 a month if you were to rent the whole house on a monthly basis. We've also got a couple of studio flats, 2-bed studio flats that are also coming up as well, that you can rent on a short-term basis as well. Femi's got all the details, so just to keep it as simple as possible for yourselves, so you know exactly what you're doing, and the whole process is as easy and simple as possible. Femi has all the information on the properties. He also has all the information on the rents, and we keep it as simple as possible for yourselves. So you just speak to Femi. If Femi gives me the thumbs up and says, yes, they're good to go, the house is theirs.
Thank you, Tekla. Please, you just take some questions from anybody. One of the questions we want to ask is, when we check houses, we see some houses very low, but I will quickly share my experience lower than what you have told us. And you, just 1 minute, you gave me the solution to it, and you later told me why I had issues then. And I want to say thank you once again for helping me out of this then. So, but hearing from your mouth, but sharing my experience, I saw a house very low written on the internet. You know, you have Zoopla, you have I've forgotten the name there, and I saw it and I jumped into it, guys.
Yeah.
When
Zoopla, Rightmove, etc.
yes,
Yeah.
right. So when I got to the UK to go there, maybe that was done to attract me. When I was ready to pay, they told me that the house will not be ready until 1 month. You are wondering why I spent 3 weeks in that hotel. The house will not be ready until 1 month, that the landlord is still working on it. Friends, and I was already in the UK. You get it now, and I started paying Airbnb of £90 per day there with my family. And now, guys, when it was after 3 weeks, they now told me, now, when I came in, they said, in 1 month, it will not be ready. Now, when it was now 3 weeks, they now told me that they don't think it will be ready in 2 months' time. You didn't hear me? In 2 months' time, they don't think it will be ready.
Okay, I'm coming.
In 2 months' time. So, secondly, I also learned about double glazed windows and every other thing, which I want Tekla to quickly tell us before some of you ask him questions. Tekla, we see very cheap houses sometimes online, but TS1 now it has gone up like that, 600, 700. I've even seen, when I went to Matt's office in Michael Paul, I even got some for 800 now, but I'm trying to find something that my people can afford. We see some very cheap, and we see some 5, 6, 8. What is the difference? Why does this happen in the rent in TS? Tekla.
You can rent a property in TS1 for as little as about £375, but you get what you pay for. So if you want to live in a property that the electrics aren't up to code, the boiler system hardly ever works, and the landlord isn't going to make any repairs, they'll promise you the world, but you'll get nothing for it. So if you want to rent a property that's cheap, you take the risks with that, or you can just pay the right amount of money and rent something that's fit for someone to live in, and gives you the peace of mind knowing that you're living somewhere that's warm, that's comfortable, and that you're going to be happy with. So you can save yourself £100 and then live somewhere that's horrible, or
You're muted. You're muted.
yes, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So as I said, you can save yourself £100 and live it somewhere that isn't fit for purpose, and that will probably end up costing you more money in the long term. Or you can pay the right amount of money. We're not going to be charging you the most expensive, and you can get cheaper, but what it will be is safe, secure, and it will also be fit for purpose and comfortable for you to live in. And if there's any repairs or any works that are needed in the property, that will get managed and handled straight away. So you'll be getting the right level of service all the way through it as well. You can't ask for more than that. There's no point in spending £50 less to end up with more headaches in something that's not safe, secure, and fit for purpose.
Thank you. I'm going for your time, but just to angle my people, we ask you some direct questions before you go.
Now, of course, yeah.
Thank you. Now, after 3 weeks, some of you asking me why I'm doing this. What me, my wife, and my children experience, I don't want you to experience it. I keep saying it. So after 3 weeks, I squeezed the hand of the agency, used the Nigerian, and they even tell me that they will call police for me. And I was telling them, no, you can't do this. I need a good house. I need to. I said, I'm shouting in their office, and they will call police for me. So I shout, and we got one quickly around. Guys, that one that we got quickly around for 550. Then last year, 550 last year. So later we got to know that a whole room, no boiler. And when you are hearing boiler in the UK, for those of you that have not visited before, it's not a joke. The bedroom, no heater. No, you don't want to go to that bedroom. When cold starts, you don't have cold in Nigeria. When cold starts, you don't want to go to that bedroom where there is no heater. You want to bath there, forget it. Then one day, that room that is down, I had to buy electric heater to be using there. That will be consuming your electric money, will be going high. So, like Tekla said, you might get it a little very cheap, but you go and buy electric heater and you'll be paying the money for electric later. The one thing I just didn't like about it at all. One day I was in that room and the ceiling fell on my head. There are bad houses like that here. The house that I now later, that I was fighting them for 2 months, that I said that 2 months before it would be ready. So I still held on it. I paid some money for it. I held on to it. When some of my friends came, like you now, that needed house, they now say the house is partially ready, that they should move. They say it is ready, that they should move in. Guys, they moved in, and I tell you, they moved out. They moved in, but they moved out because the bedroom was up, and when they bath up, the water from up will be pouring in the kitchen. Yes, in UK. I know you're looking at me that. Are they talking about UK? Yes, in the UK. The water of they used to bath upstairs will be coming downstairs. So be careful. So I will be explaining to you today essentials when you are viewing houses. I rest my case. Tekla will love to go. Does anybody have a direct question to Tekla before I let him go? I don't know, Maxwell, we cannot hear you. Do we have any direct questions to Tekla? Is there anything in the chat box? Who's looking for me?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
There is Anthony on the line. Okay, Mr. Tekla. I want to know, for some of those houses, can you said, can 2 people share a room there for a while, or must it be like you said, there are 3 rooms in a house and 3 people can merge up to pay for the, but can there be more than 3 in that house?
What do you mean?
Ijoma, please mute. Yeah, Tekla.
Okay, so do you mean like a husband and wife, or a boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever else?
2 students.
2 students sharing 1 room?
Yes.
No.
No, I mean singles. Singles can like 6 people team up and get like 3 bedroom.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. The only thing is though, there's a limit, legal limit on how many people you can have in any one property. So for a 3-bedroom house, unless those 6 people are in some way coupled up, i.e. boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife, then legally you can't have that many people in one house unless like it's a couple sharing that 1 room. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't have a 3-bedroom house with 6. Well, you can't have a 3-bedroom house with 6 beds. With 6 beds, there's laws against overcrowding in any one house, and that's technically overcrowding.
Yeah, but we're not really talking about 6 beds. We're talking about like 2 people can share a bed, or just find a way for the first month. You know, we're just coming in and just to survive for the first month until you up and running, then you can get to something comfortable, you know, something like that.
Yeah, no, we can definitely discuss different options around that. And I think I've spoken to Femi, and Femi will know all the details. All he has to do is give me an idea of what your requirements are, and I will go out and hopefully be able to find that something to match that.
Anthony, don't worry, we'll talk about that later. So I want to talk like Tekla. Yeah, T has been thrown away. Yeah, Mr. Lalika, I would have loved to bring you in at your time.
Just a quick question.
Yeah, since you want to come in on the accommodation matter, please welcome one of the senior advocates of the great cause of children we do in this place. Lalika, over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I just want to check with Mr. Tekla. Is the prices bills inclusive or excluding bills?
Thank you. Beautiful question.
That's a very good question. So it'll be excluding bills.
So Ola, thank you. I love the way you came with that question. So Ola is just trying to let you know that there are, so when we were paying 550 last year, it's not bill inclusive. We have to pay, you have to pay for your gas, you have to pay for your electric, so you have to pay for your water. Those are things we need to let you know. Here, you pay for your gas, here you pay for your electric, here you pay for your water. Then if you want internet in the house, you also pay. So that's it, that's not bill inclusive, but you can get some houses. So some houses that you see 800, 900, check, it might be bills inclusive.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So when you're paying £600 a month, it's not bills included. If you're paying the higher end, which is 900, 950, 975 a month, you'd of course have your bills included with that as well. Your gas, your electric. Usually they give you a fair usage policy. So on the gas and the electric, most landlords do like £120 a month fair usage policy. If you go over the £120, then you'd of course have to pay the difference. So if you go over by £10, then you'd add the £10 top up on your next bill or after the end of 3 or 6 months or whatever. But when you're looking at the lower end, you pay less, so you have to cover your own bills. But if you've got a group of friends, say if you've got 4 or 5 people that want to share one property, that of course makes everything cheaper for you.
Thank you. Someone is asking, what does guarantor mean in this case? And who can be a guarantor?
So a guarantor is someone that says that basically puts themselves forward, guaranteeing that the rent will be paid every month. So if the tenant doesn't pay the rent at the end of the month or at the end of the tenancy, that guarantor would pay the rent on their behalf. The guarantor has to be in full-time employment and they have to be able to cover whatever the rent is. So for example, if you leave a property and you owe, I don't know, £1,000 on your rent that you haven't paid, your guarantor would cover that £1,000, and they're legally obliged to do that because that guarantor will be taken to court.
Tekla,
sorry, sir, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can, please.
Okay. So, is there a maximum months of where you can rent a particular property? Like,
Beautiful question.
Is there a maximum months, or you can just stay maybe for 1 month, 2 months? You say you don't want to stay again, and then you go, or is there like a maximum or minimum months?
So, you won't really find anything for less than 6 months. So most contracts run from 6 months or 12 months. You don't get anything unless the landlord has got an agreement with you. It's very, very rare that you get anything more than 12 months. And it's very, very rare that you get anything less than 6 months. The only time you're ever going to get anything less than 6 months is if you're doing an Airbnb or if you're doing some kind of short-term tenancy agreement, which is basically like almost paying for a hotel. But obviously on those short-term ones, you pay a substantial amount more. Because the landlord doesn't have any security in that he can't guarantee that next week he's going to rent it to someone else. So if you're renting it for a short amount of time, 1 month, 2 weeks, it's going to cost you a lot more because that landlord is going to need the security of knowing that at least he's got X amount of rent for those 2 weeks before he has to find someone else to go in 2 weeks later.
Oh,
Quickly, Sorry, time is fast spent, but just let's clear this today and we're good. Please, we are recording this session and it's going to be on our YouTube. The past two we have done, because some of you have asked for the recording, so we have decided to record properly and later put it on our YouTube for some of you to be able to listen again if you need to listen to that again, just giving it to you that way. Tekla, what there's this referencing guarantor, guarantor of guarantor. Why does the UK do this to talk about security? And must everybody go through this? And how long can this take?
So referencing can take a few days, 3 to 5 working days. It can happen a lot sooner. It can happen within less than 24 hours. It just depends. If you're an international student, the referencing can take, as I said, 3 to 5 working days to get all the referencing back. The guarantor is slightly different. If your guarantor isn't a UK resident in full-time employment earning a certain amount of money, so I think it is that person would need to make approximately 2 to 3 times the monthly rent on the property. So if you're renting a property for 500 a month, that person would need to be making at least £1,700 a month as a guarantor, so that the landlord knows that that guarantor can cover the rent. With yourself, Femi, as I said, because you work through the church, we've known each other for a while, and I trust you as a brother. We won't be doing the standard referencing. We won't be doing the standard guarantors, because as I said, we want to make this as easy as possible for the students coming in. So as soon as you
Tekla, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
So as soon as you confirm that you're happy with X person, the student, whoever it is, as soon as you confirm that you're happy with them, they can move straight in.
Thank you, guys. I would want to release Tekla. Somebody asked monthly. Yes, we pay monthly. Then you can pay 6 months.
Yes, that is correct. So you can pay either monthly, or you can pay 3 months in advance, or you can pay the full 6 months if you wanted to. Obviously, if you were to pay the full 6 months, I'm sure that there would be an agreement that the landlord would come to. We've got a few different types of properties, as I said. 2 beds with 2 reception rooms. So realistically, they're 3-bedroom houses. We've got 3-bed properties with 2 reception rooms. So realistically, there's 4 bedrooms in the property. We've got a couple of 1-bed studio apartments, and a couple of 2-bed studio apartments as well. So hopefully, moving forward, we'll be able to provide, as I said, the right kind of accommodation, well-priced, safe, secure, comfortable, and as I said, that you'll be going through Femi, through myself, so you've got trusted people who can help you and deal with any issues that you have moving forward.
Thank you very much, Tekla. A family has arrived in the UK. Please, like I said, this is just a support work we are doing from the welfare arm of the church. And the family had arrived before they joined this, and now the pressure is on us. I don't know if you're on this call now, so that they give you the experience of what I've been saying, that if you come in and you just come in on your own, you'll be in the hotel and be paying a lot of money. Now, I don't know if they're on the call now, and I was on Tekla's neck tonight. Tekla, please, there's a family in already. Wow, another great friend just joined, and he's going to also talk to us. Yemi Shoile is the president of Nigerian students in United Kingdom. Generally, he's going to talk to us too tonight. So you are in now. You'll be spending the money in the hotel. If you had told us earlier before you came in, Tekla already secured a old 2-bedroom flat that you would have used as Airbnb. And these are the running around that we were doing. Now, what I would not like is we do this running around and you are now in the hotel, Now you want us to go and help you to look for accommodation. You're paying what you're paying. I'm not happy with it. I've been there. That's what we wanted to stop. So please, that's why we did this form thing that we have filled. We're giving ourselves time. I can assure you that Pelumi, the Owonifaris, and Isaiah, they've talked to us earlier. And I can assure you that their house is ready. That is secured because there's a house that Tekla has worked on for them that they're going to complete maybe by this weekend. And by September 9, they are moving into that house. Only one of them is here now. They are on this call. Their house is ready because they told earlier and we are following it quickly. So I put a lot of pressure on Tekla and it looks very gentle for me today, but when it's time for that, Tekla, I say, Tekla, my people, I don't want them to go and pay in Airbnb, so you'd have told me earlier. So Tekla said, if that family is here, Tekla said tomorrow we can go and look at one that is available like that. So we'll see. Well, in the UK, there might be houses that they are still working on. The houses, they are repairing it. So what I'm trying to let you know that there is no way you will come into the UK unless you have your family in Newcastle or you have your family in Sunderland. Now you go and stay there first. Like Pelumi now, she's with a family friend. She's staying with, congratulations to her. She's there. Then by September 9, she'll be able to move into her house. Eventually, everybody will experience that. So don't think you can just, because when this referencing that Tekla is talking about, you would have to come with your admission letter. Now you are still in Nigeria. Admission letter. Some letters you will collect from school when you have enrolled. And you collect from school when you have enrolled for them to have it before they can process some things you need to do. So one way or the other, people will still use 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 2 weeks in Airbnb. And we're trying to make that reduced. And how that can be reduced is if through this scheme now we have sorted to a particular level and you just come in, still spend like 2 or 3 days in the Airbnb, then you can move to your house. That's what we are trying to make happen. We are trying to make happen. But now this family, there is no miracle I can do now unless I have a house that they will go and be staying. Now, so I will see them tomorrow and know what we can do. But Tekla is a very busy man, busy. This one now, I'm just begging him to be here. So we need to get to see that house and see if the family can get, they can get a big one like that. So God will help us. Tekla, thank you very much. I don't think there's any major question for us. Hey, Tekla, Darlington, please. One of my person needs house in Darlington. Do you have properties in Darlington?
We can look into it. I've got a few contacts in Darlington, so I can look into it. I'm meeting you tomorrow. So when we meet up, as I said, we'll discuss things. We'll work out time frames, and let me know what area. Give me a little bit of notice, and we'll see if we can do something.
Thank you. I know the other day we were looking for church property. We went to, was it Stockton or Darlington?
We went to Stockton.
That was Stockton. Okay.
Yeah.
Trust you. I'll share all these things with you. That's why I wanted you to come in, see for yourself people that are coming, and you'll be able to assist us and get things to go better. Thank you.
Well,
Tekla.
as I said, Femi, I appreciate your time. I'm still looking to come forward to come into one of your sermons. And I look forward to doing business with you in the future. As I said, we want to make life as easy as possible for people coming in.
Yeah.
And with your support, with your help, I'm sure they'll be successful in their moves. So thank you again. You're doing some very good work for me.
Thank you. One of the things I'm waiting for is to see you in church, like you promised me to come for the sermon. So I can't wait to see you in church, Tekla.
Oh, I'll be there.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, Femi. Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys, can we say thank you to Tekla? About 35 people appreciate
Thank you, Tekla.
No worries.
Thank you, Tekla.
Thank you for your time.
Well, no, it's an absolute pleasure. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. We're just doing our beats, breaking all these doors because we are not opening it, breaking it and pulling people out that we can pull out to help us and get it better. So I met this guy inside one of the big agencies I I got house and I was trying to buy house from, and became good friends. At Dewale place, we became good friends. And though our deal is to sell, help me to get house I can buy. But when I now saw that we should help people on this, and is willing to help us go ahead. Thank you very much. Quickly, I want to show to you, where's Pelumi? Okay. We would quickly bring in another person. Shortly, will just talk to us about the UK generally, of works, his experience. I met this person since like 2009, since I've been coming to the UK. And we do business of training deans of students, student leaders in Nigeria together. He's the president of Nigerian students in United Kingdom, not school now, in United Kingdom. And he's a very great friend also. He has told me this morning that, you know, those friends that call you Femo, but they know you're a pastor. I say, pastor, they are your friends, so they know how to call Femo, they know how to call Pastor Femi, and he's on. So briefly, he will just orientate us again about the UK and make some salient points from why they put together Nigerian, why this organization, Nigerian Students United Kingdom, and what they can do for us. But I want to abuse him, right? Why is it that they don't have properties in places that students can come and rent? I'll challenge him on that. So please welcome with me shortly, Yemi Shoile, on call tonight. And we can now go back to Pelumi and Ola to speak with us, then later Lawrence. Yemi, are you there?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor Kings. Good evening,
Hello,
everyone.
good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you guys this evening. It was impromptu because I was at work this afternoon and I just received Pastor King's call. You know, it's still new to me to be calling you Pastor King. I always call him Femo. But, you know, we need to respect the anointing. You know, so
very necessary.
So yeah, he did call me and he said, you know, he's put together this event, and can I just join to share my, you know, knowledge and what the work we do with Nigerian Students Union UK. And I said, you know, why not? Because he knows that anytime he calls on me in regards to anything that's got to do with youth empowerment, youth development, I'm always there. You know, I believe in sharing my knowledge and supporting each other. Most importantly, you know, nobody knows it all, and we are all still learning, and we can continue to learn from each other. So I'll just share a bit of background about what Nigerian Students Union UK is and what we're doing and what we've achieved so far. So we launched in 2011. And the reason why we launched was because there was a need and a gap for, you know, there to be a body, a united body that would represent the voices of Nigerian students and youth in the UK. It happened that I'd just finished serving on the executive board of an organization called CANUC. CANUC is the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK. And CANUC was set up by the Nigerian High Commission in the UK to oversee the welfare of Nigerians within the community, because what was that the Nigerian High Commission couldn't, you know, even till now, they can't, you know, meet the needs of all Nigerians. On record, we are about, you know, 1.something million Nigerians, and that's on record. So off record, you know what I mean? You know, we are up to like 2 million. So, you know, the then Nigerian High Commission, Dr. Christopher Kolade in 2005, saw the need to set up an organization, a community-based organization that would help them reach out more into all the communities. And that was how they set up CANUC. And I happened to be on the executive board. I was elected in 2009 to 2011. So that was where the idea came, because when I served on there, I noticed that, this was a fantastic idea because it brought together all the organizations, all organizations in the UK under one umbrella, and it really worked. So, and I had just served as my University Nigerian Society president at University of Greenwich, London. And I noticed that when I was president, we're not united because we're all achieving individually in our universities, but we were not connected. So we had those in Manchester, for instance, those in Birmingham, Salford, Leeds, Bolton, and all over, doing great things, but our voices were limited because we were all scattered and there was no united body. And that was where the idea came when I finished serving in Kano, that, it would be good to have a student body, that would be able to unite all the Nigerian societies and give us a stronger voice so that when there are issues, we can, come together as one and amplify our voices. So that was how we set up Nigerian Student Union. And we've been going since then. So we are a platform that supports Nigerian students, Nigerian youths in the UK with different issues, immigration. We're not experts ourselves, but we outsource. So we know we work with experts, and most of these experts are our partners. So we do work with them, and then we pass the information when there's a need. We pass it on to the bodies that can help, and those that we can deal with, we help to sort. So like Pastor King said, we've been working together too. We've collaborated with this organization in bringing Dean of Student Affairs to the UK for training to see how, the UK run their own student unions and all that, and how it can benefit our counterparts in Nigeria. We've held a lot of campaigns during the pandemic. We helped to raise a lot of funds. We supported students, through some fundings we received. We also helped, to be honest, the biggest achievement we recorded so far through our organization was securing about £4.7 million for Nigerian students in the UK. So those students came to study. I'm sure most of you heard about the case. They came under the scholarship of NDDC, Niger Delta Commission scholarship, and their funds were embezzled. All their scholarship allowances and school fees was embezzled, and we helped them to fight for it. I personally wrote, when the case came to us, I wrote to the chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, and we started communicating, liaising with the students affected, over 200 students, and then she told me to copy a letter to the Minister for Niger Delta, Akpabio, and to the presidency. And to cut the long story short, we put a lot of pressure through international media collaboration. We protested at the High Commission, and the president eventually, after so much pressure, gave them the ultimatum to release the fund for all the students, and every penny was paid to them in the tune of about £4.something million. So you see how working together as a body, as a united body, can help, to amplify our voices and show that we are serious, because they checked our background. We're a registered organization in the UK. We are legit. So, and that's one important thing too. Whatever you are doing, make sure that you have a clean record where they can check your background and you can be able to stand and, you can challenge anybody. In as much as we work with the Nigerian High Commission in ensuring the welfare of Nigerian students, when they misbehave, we can also stand up to them, because they're not feeding us, we're not collecting any, stipends from them in terms of, so we work as a pressure group. And that's one thing we do. So in a nutshell, if there's any issues, anything, through Pastor Kingsley is also part of us. Please do let us know how we can support. We also ensure we recognize the work Nigerian societies do. Like next month now, we've been doing this event for 5 years. So this year is going to be the 5th one. we take the Nigerian student leaders, all the Nigerian student leaders to the High Commission to be recognized for the work they do within an academic year. You know, they're presented with certificates, they meet the High Commissioner, whichever High Commissioner it is at the time, and they share their challenges, what support they need, and we facilitate that. So, we just ensure that students and young people that come to the UK to study, and even those that are home students, have a conducive environment and they're well supported, because there's we're going through a lot of people are going through a lot, especially during this time now. There's, the cost of living crisis and all that. So, my advice is that let's just stick to each other, stick to supporting each other, and then, share your problems. Don't keep, if you have problems, share it. Like they say, a problem shared is a problem half solved. So please reach out to us through.
Thank you, Yemi. Thank you, Yemi. Thank you. It was
I'll
really
drop our information in the chat box.
Yeah, please drop. Yemi, it was really impromptu. Really impromptu. Now you've delivered a solid speech. Yeah, but I like your spirit, ever ready and ever good to go. One challenge I want to bring to your notice. Thank you for the responsibility of me. You are doing with the north side here with Unsuk. I'll do my best to support on that. But I want to bring this to your notice that a lot of the people are about to arrive. Their passports will soon be expiring. You guys will just see that I'm speaking your mind. One of the things that God has bestowed on me is wisdom for insight. And one of the greatest things that I breathe on is thinking about people. If I act then, as a pastor, maybe the prophetic grace works too. Some of you are on this call now, your passport will be expiring in 1 year time, 6 months time, and so on and so forth. Now, Yemi, I had to fly back to Nigeria because of NIN and because of the noise and the ojoro going on in Nigeria High Commission in London. Some of these people would want to renew their passports when they are here now. How organization help with students appearing to renew their passport, especially because you are in London?
Okay, thank you very much. My first advice is that if you can get your NIN sorted in Nigeria before you come, please do. Because over here is about £40, and some people do it for £50. In Nigeria, is about 3,000 or 2,000 naira. You understand? I did mine in Nigeria. I didn't do it here, So please, because without your NIN, you can't renew your passport now. So if you can do your NIN in Nigeria, please do. Once you have that, you are halfway towards renewing your passport. For your passport, is also more expensive here. So if you can do it before you come, if there's time, do it. But I know there's a lot of backlog and waiting time. So the NIN should be your priority. Just do that one and then come over. When it gets to the time you want to do your passport, if an emergency comes up that you need to travel urgently, you will need to use an emergency travel certificate. It's confirmed that you can actually use your expired passport to travel also to Nigeria. Is something the minister, I met with the Minister for Interior, and he confirmed it, Aregbesola, you understand, and also the chairman of NIDCOM, she also confirmed it. But there'll be instances where you want to travel to other countries and you need your passport. So it's advisable that obviously you need to renew it. But once you notice that, you have 3 months to go, it's advisable to start processing it so that you have enough time before it actually expires, because you don't know what might come up and you need to go maybe to a country within Europe or, to America or something. So, but like I said, your NIN is the key thing to do before you come to the UK. Sort out that one. Is very cheap in Nigeria, I know. And I don't think it's hard to sort out. Within less than a week, you can sort it out. And then when you come here, you be able to sort out your passport, and we'll help with that. It's also something that, like I said, we're meeting the High Commissioner and the Minister for Education and Welfare next month during our event. So we're also going to bring that importantly on them, that how would they ensure that when students come,
Exactly.
they give them priority.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm. I know the last time, our last event before COVID, when I went back in 2020, where with this the High Commissioner and this other guy we met, who told us expressly. That's why I'm bringing it back to you. Who told us expressly that he's in that office because of Nigerian students, and that anytime they have a challenge, we should raise it with him. I see how the picture we took with him in the High Commission there. So, Yemi, you as the team lead here, make sure that we have, I'm talking about those that are here already that would need to go and renew their passport. So anybody that can renew before you come. Before this end meeting, I will explain Nigeria to you in another dimension. The Nigeria and the corrupt offices in Nigeria, not corruption, no, but the second offices in Nigeria. I will explain this to you, even how we pastors think about it and how we relate. So if you can do it in Nigeria, do. But for those that will be here, they would need, when they appear there, since they're a student, there should be something that single them out to do. Thank you very much, Yemi, for your time today. It was doing impromptu. But just like you can catch up on me is how I can catch up on you. And our vision for Nigeria would continue. We'll be there in September with you in London as we go on this event and as we help the Nigerian society here to move ahead. I will call Kemi to make sure that Kemi is the vice chairman of Nigerian student in Teesside. And I don't know, you told me when we discussed that Teesside have been out for a while. And I told Mr. Olalekan about you, Olalekan is here, that the Nigerian students in Teesside should return back to join UNSUK so that they can be at that meeting with the High Commissioner there in London. So Kemi is listening to me. She should get a chairman and make sure that this goes back into being. Thank you very much, Yemi. Say me well to your beautiful wife.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, and your new baby.
Thank you,
Yemi. Good. Thank you. Yeah, so your passport is expiring. You need to renew your passport. Please get in touch with UNSUK and every other thing. And when you get to the Home Office, when you get to the Nigerian House in London, there should be a way where they can help students. Yeah, we'd always plan for 1 hour, but we'd always go beyond it. It's taking a lot on me. It's been a very busy time for me today, but anything worth doing is worth doing well. So briefly, I'll bring in Pelumi to tell us about what she experienced at the point of entry. A lot of things is flying. Our great sister here showed me something in the evening that they're already asking people for money in their account. Okay, let's ask Pelumi if she's there. What did you experience at the point of entry when you were coming in through Manchester? Pelumi, over to you.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, sir. Actually, at my point of entry, it was very easy, very, very easy, because I didn't have any issue. The officer in charge, I joined the queue as usual, and it was my turn. So the officer in charge just asked for my passport and the printout that came with my passport to her. And she asked, why am I in the UK? I told her why I'm in the UK. And she asked for my discipline, which I told her proof of foreign. There was no interrogation or anything. So I just feel that if you're prepared for, like, there's no reason to panic. They are aware that.
Hello, Pelumi. Maybe that your network is, I think you're still using the network that that phone gave to you is not going very fine. So maybe you'll sign into the network of the house and I'll bring you back in so that we need to hear you. I saw that myself. A lot of people want to listen to what you went through. So let's take your own as the last for today. Sean as the last for today. Those of you that want to listen on what question they asked her and how she answered them, and what. Then those of you that think that you need to still put money in your account if you don't have it again for this thing, I don't know what I want to say again, but I feel that if you have gotten admission, you've gotten your visa, and you already have where you're going to live, which when some of you are coming, what you want to make available is the address you would mention. If they ask where are you going to stay there. So I don't know why anybody should be bothering you on how much is left in your account. If you have seen anybody in that issue, let's raise it in this house so that we can know the solution to that. So quickly, I want I would bring in briefly again Mr. Ola, and let's talk about what he has experienced about. Hello? Lillian, please mute. We'll come back to question. I'll bring on Mr. Ola, and he would share with us, those of you come with your children, and those of you that would want to make your babies here when you have come. Mr. Ola is me, when I was coming to the UK, by God's grace, I am settled in Nigeria. I keep saying this, but it was NSAS. When I saw NSAS, and when one of my guys in Futa, I used to work in Futa, was killed on the Elisha Road, a road I have a very big farm in Osun, Akure. So I was coming from my farm. I passed that place by 3 o'clock. I'd gone to preach in Lagos, branched at the farm in Osun, then moved to Akure around 3. Then the next thing I heard the next morning was the person that passed the place by 5 o'clock had been killed. A road I passed. Then my wife has been pressuring. I said, okay. Then answer. I said, oh, yeah, go. Then I began to pray. So for me, God spoke to me that what am I going to do in the UK? Give me 2 things. Said, go to that place and don't bow to the system of people coming here pursuing money and shift and every other thing. That I am God and I can still give you a system that will work for you. And that's what I'm working on. Guys, if you see the influence we are commanding here, I am not yet 1 year in this UK. I came here October 10 to settle them. October 10. And those of you that have joined, you'll be surprised that now I have relationship with MDs that have companies here and so on and so forth. It's a commandment. Back up from God, which will be the last phase. For those of you that believe in the prayer dimension of entering into a city, I will share that with you, how we do it, and what we are doing tomorrow morning around prayers for those of you that are interested. The second thing God told me is they are collecting children. They said, children, yeah, I've been a pastor preaching parenting. So I thought it was character deformation. I thought it was just problems of children misbehaving. So I said, God, okay, I'll do my part when I get here. Guys, when I got to the UK, Middlesbrough, I met this great man, Mr. Olalekon, and he gave me data, statistics, evidence of the endemic malady of the devil in this place, of how traps, and I've seen that dream again. I woke him up like 5 or 6 days ago last week. I said, with Benny, I said, I am scared of what is about to happen when the new people come. That meetings are going on every excuse they want to use to collect your children. We are going to put this life. We are not afraid of what we are saying again. We are really, really battling them and facing them. That this must not happen again. And when Ola told me, when I met him, I started a prayer program. Then we met there, and he began to give me statistics, which I want him to share with you. I'm not scaring you guys. Like some of you appreciate that. I'm making you see what is happening really in the UK. And he gave me statistics that TFK, here is not character deformation, is human legalized kidnapping of children. And between October and now that I am here, we know almost 11 families that they took their children. But this man I'm presenting to you has been fighting them. He has been challenging them. And later we now said we will challenge, but we don't want that trouble again this year. So that's why we choose to orientate all of you very well before you come in, because I said it, I don't want to do fasting and prayer for collection of children. I want to do fasting and prayer for you for getting big jobs. I present to you, Mr. Olaliko Odedeyi. Tell us what is happening in Middlesbrough about children and how should these people be prepared. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. I want to greet my brother, Yemi Shoile. Thank you for the great work you are doing. I might be able to share the screen, please.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, let me just play 2 to 3 minutes. I know we have a limited time, but I just want to play this, and I don't want to get scared about this. This is not only in Nigeria that you do demonstration. You do demonstration in England as well.
No more business. No more business. Too many errors. Too many errors. Too many errors. Too many errors. Children in care are still at risk of abuse. Children in care are still at risk of abuse.
It's a difficult conversation when it comes to children's social care, but we have to say it. Currently, over 80,000 children are in the care system, while there's a research that says by 2025, it will be about 100,000 plus. That's a huge number.
Lion of Middlesbrough.
Gender equality, women empowerment, and when I see somebody that is
see Lion's eye.
kind of bitterness in their hearts, I identify such person. I'm a social entrepreneur, and I have a master in supply chain management. I provide advocacy support to the community, and I'm also the founder of Save the Woman. Started as a project with the help of TISA University and Student Union and other enactors group. Got to a stage, they said it's grew to a stage that needs to be on its own, needs to be registered in England and Wales, because basically what we do is provide support to African, Asian, minority ethnic community.
Justice for the families of children in care. Justice for the families of children in care.
Back in 2019, when there's this a single parent that in the last 10 months, she has not been able to see her daughter. Her daughter has been taken into children's social care. You could see there's bitterness in her face, but she could not speak out. She don't know who to speak to. She don't know who to ask for help.
Keep families together. Help them grow stronger.
My children are my joy. My family are my joy, you know. And if a parent just woke up midnight.
Thank you, Ola.
Thank you very much. For those of you that you are coming to TISA University, you've seen the TISA University. That was where I granted the interview. That's the building. You see the demonstration. The mayor of Middlesbrough was part of that demonstration. And you've also seen the town center of Middlesbrough. And you've seen the statistics according to UK, over 80,000 children. However, by 2025, there's a research that says it will be about 100,000 children that will be taken into care system. Now, when we talk about taking children into care system, why do they take children into care system? It's about the law of this land, not just this land alone. When it comes to child protection and safeguarding, is a big concern. But the question to those of you coming now is, what is good enough parenting in the UK? That's the question you have to start asking yourself. How were you parenting back home? And how do you want to parent here in UK without breaking the law? The United Nations Convention Right of the Child is there, protected everywhere, including in Nigeria you are coming from. And what they would look at is the best interest of a child. The best interest of a child must be the top priority in all decisions. That's the key word. And Article 9 of the United Nations said, separation from parents, child must not be separated. That is the demand. However, when it is necessary, for example, if a parent is hurting or neglecting a child or abusing a child, or a child is being abused and parent is not supporting or protecting that child from being exposed to abuse, then there's a power that needs to come in. That will bring you to United Kingdom you come from. You are coming to stay now. There's a Children Act 1989 that says local authority, the court, the parent, everybody, agency, they have a right to ensure they protect and safeguard the child and promote their welfare. I won't be able to talk more on this session 17, session 47. This is something you need to learn when you come around. I think Pastor Femi will tell you more about that at some point. Now, let's take back to local authority. They have a right to intervene for safety and well-being. That's one. But there's a clause. They need to support and strengthen family, helping children to stay safe and thrive with their family where possible. This is the comma, where possible. They will be the one to decide where possible when situation arise. And in this country, there's what we call preferential treatment, double standard, racism. So when those things is coming to decision making, you might be at disadvantage. And that is why we don't want you to fall into that trap. Like that woman, she don't know who to talk to. She don't know who to trust. She don't know how to start. And they have to use their power responsibly. If they don't use it responsibly, whether they did it rightly or wrongly, it will affect the child, it will affect the family. And it will avoid them to having a family life. And they need to avoid the need to enter care system. You will be treated differently in this country because of the stereotyping. They will assume whatever they hear or they heard, it is just prejudged. They will prejudge you. So we don't want them to prejudge you. And that's why we are trying to say, how can we help in a better way? And if it happens and they need to take the child away, there's a law, there's a policy, there's a process and procedure. But how effectively those things being used, we will not be there. So we don't want you to have that challenge at all. So the same way you are coming to England and you are prioritizing, oh, you want to go and make money, you want to go and work, that same way you have to prioritize your child. In this country, they have everything, your joy, your life is your children. So you don't joke with them because there's a law that can intervene in this matter. You've seen the statistic already. But the concern is, the journalist said, it absolutely does blight to children's lives. Many of them will never recover from intervention of the state into the family's life when it is done badly. If it is done badly, it will affect the child. So we don't want that traumatic experience, emotional abuse. As far as Middlesbrough is concerned, they are offering social workers that want to get the job now, £5,000 as a welcome payment. Guess what? Nobody is coming to take up the job because the situation now, Middlesbrough is the second largest in UK that has highest number of children in care as of 2019. But we've put some pressure on them with the help of other partner organization, Pastor Femi intervention as well. And it has reduced from 700 children, it has reduced to 500 children now. So, but we don't want, the victim now is the new students.
The new students.
Last September and now, Pastor mentioned 11 families. That's about 30 children in that 11 family in Middlesbrough alone. And the reason they will take the children away, guess what? Why? The children's services themselves, they will say best interest of the child. That's why they want to take the children away from you. But when that child gets to the care, there's abuse there, but they won't consider their best interest that time. If your child speak out or you want to fight for your child, they will push that child to mental health hospital. And they say the child has a challenging behavior. So who to blame? Adolf Hitler, we know the record he has in life. So his own belief is also, as long as government is perceived, working for the benefit of the children, and the same thing, best interest of the children. So they are acting as Adolf Hitler. That's their policy. And social worker, they are overstretched. They don't have time to assess or to provide support to children and family, where it is the priority they're supposed to do, but they don't have that time. So what they do is this, they investigate, they go off the worst possible, they remove the children from household. But we are going to tell you, if it happens, there's a solution, there's a way out, but you have to seek that knowledge by getting the information at the right time, because they will view everything with a tinted glass of abuse or neglect. If you shout at your child, if you smack your child, if you scream at your child, it's an abuse. It's emotional abuse. So there are things you don't do in this country, and we will let you know how best to communicate with your child and how to set up the rules. And they accuse families of committing crime, whereas they are the one serial abuser. So I'm sure you will not want your child to be there. And this is the priority. Top Children Home provider made £300 million profit. This is during COVID. If a business if they can make a money like this in COVID, how much more when it is not COVID? So they are just playing with the children's lives in the name of supporting children. Mayor, doctor, social worker arrested is a scheme to brainwash child, claiming that the parents have abused them. And before you know, they sold them out. In UK, as at 2020, March, 12,000 children in care are missing. These are the children they take from their family in the name of protecting them.
The name of the shout on them.
Yes. Yes.
They're now missing.
So we call them genocide. The act they are doing is just nothing but genocide. Let me just round up by saying this just on this platform. I won't want to speak too much for today, but Middlesbrough as a case study, Middlesbrough social services were inadequate in non-area in Ofsted report 2020. And from 2015, they are already worst. And TISA Life said, inspection found out that some family found themselves subject to child protection planning when it is not what needed, but they need money. So they have to escalate something like that. And they are spending taxpayer money. And it is this same work that you are prioritizing. You are working 247. That same money, they will collect tax and they will use that money to spend on the child. And before you know, once they take that child away from you, whatever you are managing, they are going to take that child to a place that she will not manage. She will be exposed to a lot of, life that when the child come back safe, you'll be struggling to cope with that child. They will teach that child the rights, but they will not teach them the responsibility. There's evidence of other culture. Some family who need support, work well with them, nevertheless subject to child protection plan. And it's not a problem within themselves. The problem is the social worker, the elected councillors, the mayor, because they said the council running local services in Middlesbrough has been condemned for its political dysfunction and toxic culture after a damning report, which said urgent action was needed. We don't want that, their own inadequacy, to affect our family. That's why we are coming on this board to tell you that there are way out. This is what they spend to buy gifts for children they take from you, £1.44 million. So if somebody can buy £1.44 million for a child, and that child, look at it, not only the child, the black kids in care, fed by racist system. If they tell you there's no racism in this country, the person is lying to you. This is the headquarter of racism in the whole world. So I'm happy to say that anybody cannot pick. And look at this. If you go to YouTube, you type Michael Shane, it will tell you, how will you feel if your child or one you knew was taken into care and end up living in a BB hostel, slept rough. This guy is a teenager. He said he preferred the prison to what? Prison would have been better for me than to go to care. So he must have tested prison care, and the child taken into care 4 times more likely in Africa compared to British child, and 3 times more likely compared to Asian minority ethnics. And there's a research that said they're more likely to be hospitalized. They tend to die young. So a lot of negative outputs. So I don't want you to get into that aspect. So I won't talk much tonight. I hope there's a way out. Pastor Femi will talk more about this. What next? What is the way out? Have you heard of Afrocentric Parenting Skill course? If you search that on YouTube, it will pop up a lot of video for you. You see the one with Saved Women. Watch it, subscribe, and you take it further from there.
Thank you. Hola. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. So, guys, we will do what we can do. This is what is happening here. Yemi also knows about this. It's still online there. So it's happening, and we don't want it to happen to you. So the solution will be, what is parenting enough here in the UK? You need to learn it. A lot of things we call discipline doesn't work here. So Ola runs a training on that, and I've told him to subsidize it for this set as much as he can do. Thank you. People are thanking you for the insight. Yeah, thank you, Ionora. We're just doing our part. So it's giving you, now we're making yourself aware. So the training is going to come up very soon. So you will hear experts on children. Look at that word, safeguarding. You will do what is called safeguarding. It's a very crazy word here. So somebody in your community where you live will be working on safeguarding for your child. What will you do? You will go and tell social service somewhere that you leave your child at home and you go to work. What you do in Nigeria easily, and there will be no trouble. Say you leave your child and you go to work, and they will do safeguarding for your child. Come and collect the child. Somebody said this is terrible. This is what we are facing here, and this is what you are coming to face here. So know it down and be trained on it, so that before you get here, you're already training your children, and we'll be here to guide you, especially before your child goes to school. And look, I would beg all of you that you are coming in. Before, if you come to Middlesbrough, find us. If we pick you, if we follow our airport pickup, congratulations. We'll be able to relate with your children immediately they come and tell them something, boost their confidence. Now, note this, whether you want it or not, your children would first have esteem issue before they move into school. How am I communicating with these people now? So we intentionally want to boost their esteem. Yeah, thank you, Ola. Please, Ola is dropping some things. Check it out there. We want to boost the esteem of all children before they enter into school here. Because where their esteem is down and they're still looking at white community, cultural shock, is where they are questioning them and they're asking them, you ask your child, does your mother love you? Do you have this type of toy at home? Do you sleep in your own room alone? All this question. And the way your child side says, yes, my mommy beats me, my dad you will receive visitor in your house. And if it's just one visitor, the last family we just sorted out had 2 social workers and 2 policemen come to their house. Yes, the recording will be on our YouTube, guys. And Ola has some things on the YouTube, guys, but this one will be on our own YouTube. It's called King's TV. Go there and subscribe. Ola, what's your YouTube, please?
I've put the YouTube link there, but if you search Afrocentric Parenting Course, it will pop up with the one with Save Women.
Thank you.
Subscribe to that one. And
Please.
we are on Instagram as well.
Thank you.
Like Pastor just mentioned, they will be asking series of questions. And when it happens, just calm down. You will get support. Don't start telling them stories, because it is your words they will use against you.
That's right.
Seek advice before you interact with them. That's your legal right.
Thank you. So one of the things we've done again is what you are seeing at the back there, Family Safety Summit. This is going to be a summit. It's free. It's a Family Safety Summit. It's happening September 3rd. Some of you would have not arrived. Some of you would have arrived. Make sure you are there. Then those that have not arrived, it's going to be on Zoom like this. We'll be in the church hall. It's a social seminar, but put together by the church. Please, I'm one of the pastors that is not just praying alone. I am tired. I'm a CSC pastor, but you see that if you're a CSC pastor, I'm a different breed. Pray, and you are still a prey to the devil because you lack knowledge and you lack wisdom. I don't want it. I'm tired of it. So when we need to share wisdom, and that's what we are doing now. So there will be Family Safety Summit on the 3rd, 11 o'clock. We are bringing some experts who have, with Ola will be there, some other women will be there. Some people that family that have gone through it from Zimbabwe, from everything will be there to tell us more on what is called safeguarding. Don't think it's simple. They are all lectures on their own. Yes, Ola is dropping those things. Then for these sessions of admission to arrivals, it will be on King's TV. They will drop the link there too, so that you can watch all these videos. It's our own church King TV, so you see other things there. But this one, they will drop it there for you. Ola has dropped his own link. You have a lot to learn about this parenting over there, and God will help us as regards that. So they will ask your children different questions, and the way your children talk, you see 2 social workers and policemen. Okay, hear me, I will recognize. And they will just begin to, and you'll be shaking. Immediately just pause. We pray it does not happen. Pause and call us. We will arrive at your house as soon as possible. That's why I'm not doing any shift here. You people are my shift. I'm the pastor of the other churches, but this is why I am here. God told me they are collecting children. But we don't even want you to call us on that basis at all. So what's the solution? Attend these trainings and attend these seminars as it's going on, as you see them. So family safety, can you guys share the flyer of family safety in the group so that people can have it? And if you are not here yet, please attend online. If you are here, don't start looking for money alone. Attend all these ones. Then we don't joke with prayers. We especially dedicate last Friday of the month for people to pray for children matters here. So we're having the next one this Friday. We are doing that as for those that are Christians. Please, we are a Muslim on this call. Feel free. We are working with you too. But I can't hide my identity. I'm a pastor. But if you're a Muslim, you have this issue, please, you are free to call us. We will be there. We are doing this for Ubuntu, for the African race. We'll be there for you. So when it comes to these seminars, it is not religious. That the Family Safety Summit is not religious. You can be there and learn from the expert. We are trying to bring some lawyers and some experts to talk to us. We had to go to, when they were going to collect these last children, you know what they did? The social workers, police, then with police dogs. We are still fighting that with them. That why should you bring police dog? Are we criminals? So all these things, and it's not only in Middlesbrough, it's happening everywhere. Yemi wants to contribute to this. Then, if you're a Christian, start praying from Nigeria. God, give me this city. Can I see people flow with this one that I'm saying? That you can take over UK from Nigeria. Can I see some hands up for that? Yemi, I will recognize you. You believe in that. Can I see that you can prayerfully take over this city from, thank you, from here, you can take over. That's right. You can take over and you would have peace. You would have joy. You have everything. We have utmost peace, utmost happiness going on for us here. No regret. That is it. No regret. That is it. I like this as I'm going up. You can. And if God did it for us, we would also put you through to do that. You see, it's supposed to be supernatural open doors for you, not supernatural open doors to wahala, not supernatural open doors to pain, not supernatural open doors to pandemonium, crying and weeping. We don't want it, and we can stop it. So I will share with you how we can all be praying together even before you come, and if you have come online, especially for this. We do that every Thursday, 6:30 a.m. to 7:30. That's tomorrow morning. I will share that link if you want it, you tell the people, my team are there, to put the link here so that we can start praying before you come here. The door is open for you. We've seen people that entered here and they started working with companies that they are flying them on helicopter. Is here. We've seen people here that prayerfully entered into this place where people are getting job of £9 per hour. They are getting £15 per hour, and the job is not more than 10 minutes from their house, the walking distance. So who told you that this city cannot open for you? So if you believe, if you're a Muslim, you believe in pray this city down before you come. You are a Christian. Don't come here and say you are in UK and you are okay. Don't say pastor is saying rhymes. I know what I'm saying. There are things that want to just drop you down. So they say, I'm in UK, I'm okay. Can be wahala. So we believe in the prayer dimension, and we show that to you as well, even as we support you to do all what you are doing. Yemi, you wanted to say something about the children's service before I bring in Lawrence to tell us about essentials of viewing. When you are viewing a house, what you should check when you are viewing. So some of you already have agent. Where's Yemi? Yemi, are you back? I can see you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yemi.
Just a quick one. Thank you very much, Mr. Olalekan, for that insightful presentation. So I wanted to ask, because this is a very gray area, and it's also an area where a lot of people, are ignorant about, it's the least area they look at when they're coming to, especially with this new post-study, visa opportunity that allows you to come with your family. A lot of people don't look at that area about the kids, because there's always a total culture shock when they arrive. You know, you've come with your kids from Nigeria. In Nigeria, you can smack kids, you can do, you know, as you please, and is allowed in the system over there. And then you come here,
No way.
you know, you think you can continue. Obviously, before you get them into school, you might still be doing it at home, and it's okay, you know, because they're still within your household. But once they get into school, once they start going to school, I'm sure these social workers, they're even in schools, they're social workers anyway. Social workers work with schools, you know, because I've worked within the public service and with the councils, and I know that they actually even ask your children this question, that are they smacking you? Even without the children reporting, they will ask them, you know, and like Pastor King said, emotional abuse. So it's a very important area. But the question I wanted to ask Mr. Olalekon is, when they take the children like that, is there a length of time? Say for instance, you don't even know how to fight it, and this thing. When they take those children, do you get to see them at some point, or do they arrange visiting times, or that's it, like the way we know? So, you know, I just wanted to find out from you so that we can also pass it on to the information to other people coming, because it's not just in Teesside. I'm sure this happens across the UK, and we'll be having some events. Like I spoke to Pastor Kings today, we're going to be having some orientation. We normally have orientation events for when students have arrived and, you know, they're about to settle. So, you know, we teach them about job hunting, like it's going on in different areas. So we'd really love to even have you on board, but can you just let me know, is there a length of time they keep those children for, or?
Yeah, you're about to hear shock. You want to get this place hot today. Ola, please just answer that question simply and let's go. Because I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to cry. I have cried enough. Ola, please just answer it simply and let's go.
Thank you very much for that question, because that's the exact where we want to let people know. When they say something happened, it's bound to happen. Even if it is true, it is not, it is responsibility for them to investigate. So they will go for what we call section 47 strategy meeting. Strategy meeting will involve police, it will involve social worker, it will involve children service, it will involve health worker, to decide whether there's any risk of harm. If there is, then they might say section 47. And with that, they have to come to your house that the children are not safe. So they will say, we are going to take the children away, or do you have anybody that can look after the children? That is your first right. You need to call your family, your friends, your loved one. In fact, if possible, tell them you and your husband or you yourself, you want to leave your house, for that family to come and live in your house with the children, so that you distance yourself for them to carry their investigation. Because once they take them from you to fostering home, they start forming attachments, and that will continue delay. So that's number one. If you don't have anybody, that is when they will ask you to sign section 20. And once you sign that section 20, it will go to court. They will go for interim care order, because they know somebody will tell you that don't sign that section 20. Look for family, friends, loved one. That's their responsibility. They do not take children out of your house. But because you have signed that, they want to quickly go to court. But that thing you gave to them, section 20, is the power that you don't have anywhere to keep them. So the local authority should provide temporary accommodation for them. But if you don't sign that, they might say, you don't have family friend, you don't want to sign this, then we have to call police. Police will now come in under police power protection to take that children, but they only have 72 hours to keep them. So within that 72 hours, they will go to court. Social service will go to court, and they'll go and seek what we call interim care order.
Yes.
Interim care order might be for 3 months, it might be for 6 months. But once they've been to court, minimum of 6 months.
Minimum of 6 months.
For them to finish the case.
Yes.
The police to come back to investigate, to say no further action. If they say no further action, that's fine. But if there is a further action and they want to prosecute you,
1 year.
Because they will go for family court for the children to take them, but the police will go for criminal law to prosecute you. If they find you guilty, they might prosecute you, they convicted you. And once you spend more than 12 months in prison, they will deport you. We've got family that they've deported to Nigeria. We are still trying to bring them back.
And with the what about the children? What about the children?
They kept them in this country. They are the queen of the, they are the children of the queen. As soon as you land at the airport, the law covers them to safeguard, to protect them. And brother, you said social workers are in some schools. That was when they do the temporary rollout, that because to minimize the time of making referral. But not all the schools social workers are now. In fact, we have family, the one we first collected in 2019. It was the teacher that said, "Mommy beat a child last night." And because of that, they take that child and her other sibling. It was the teacher that made referral that fostered that child with her partner, same sex.
Wow.
so and most of the care home, that care home that is making profit.
Maybe January, February, right?
Please on this iPhone, please mute.
I thought to come do it where I want to.
Hello.
Everything.
Who is on this iPhone? Please mute.
I think you can mute him as your Pastor King.
My guy should be able to do that from Nigeria. I don't know why they are not on the system.
Just to round up, look at the instances of taking children into care. Mommy caused the child emotional harm, including being asked to kneel down for extended period. Did you hear that? To kneel down for extended period.
To kneel down, my God.
And they said,
Hola, please. Hola and Yemi. I've talked about Hola to Yemi. I've talked about Yemi to Hola. Please, we would let's because of time. But I know Yemi too is interested in this seriously. Hola, so would meet and Hola, you can have Yemi. Yemi, you can have Hola at any time you want to have him. Just get him to London to be part of it. He needs to be part of this. I've told him that he needs to meet you a long time ago.
Don't forget to tell them.
We're supposed to care for our children then.
Don't forget to tell them to register for dentists when they come. Register for dentists, register for GP, because if anything happens, it's part of neglect.
Yes, so thank you very much, Ola, for reminding us of that. Immediately you come, register at dentists, at the GP. All these things is why we are saying when you come when our team picks you up, they're able to show you that's what we are doing for you. This is when they are cruising you down. This is post office. This is Cleveland. You can get that as you come. Brother Lawrence and others will be glad to do that for you. So, Yemi, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or forever. There's a Zimbabwe family I'm praying with now that they've collected the child from 15. They can only come home at 18. So they collected one from 15. They collected one from 9. That 9 is almost 15 now. They collected one from pregnancy. We don't want to scare you people here. We have to tell you the truth. There's a woman they collected from the day she gave birth. Because they have collected the elder sister, they collected the pregnancy. So they didn't collect the baby, they collected the pregnancy. Thank you, sir. Please, can you advise on school placement? That is why we are here, but we can't do everything. Now, we said 1 hour, we are already running 2 hours. School placement will be discussed too. I'll do this regularly. And let me tell you what we are doing. I'm getting scared. Olajumoke, you don't have to be scared. That is why if you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, there's a place of prayer and come in. Are you getting it? Don't, you make me feel bad that I'm scaring you people. So are we scaring you guys or we are trying to share the truth? Because I need like 2 comments on that before we can go on. Are we scaring or you love the information you are getting? Somebody should unmute and tell us.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Better we know now, we are better prepared before we get there. So
yes.
Thank you.
Let them know that, look, if mommy says, don't do this is the reason, don't do this.
Olajumoke said, I am used to shouting at my son. Yes, that's why we are telling you now. So we are not scaring you. If we didn't tell you now, you might start shouting from the airport and you'll be surprised. You can slap from the airport. And you know, backhand parents. How many of you have mother like my own that if you receive backhand, your head will be correct. Yeah. So Guys, we need to leave this session. It's a whole training, and Ola and I have that training. Yes, so we begin to retrain ourselves. Thank you. So that training will come. Ola, I've begged you.
Please, I have a question. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir, my own concern is, although I've reduced how I shout on my son, I don't spank him again, but the boy cry at everything. Tell him to go and pee, he will cry. Go and eat your food, he will cry. He cries at everything. And he's 5.
Thank you, B. Don't worry. We will answer this question because we need to drop some other information. Some people here, they are not married yet, they've not given birth. So we might be taking and they are here. So let's honor them. But don't worry, there will be. That's why attend family safety. If you are not here yet, attend it online. They will answer. I'm giving like 3 hours to answer all these questions. And we would recognize our church is online and on site, and this conference will be online and on site. So you guys will be there on screen. I don't know if any of my guys can share what our service looks like. You will see, you guys will be there on our screen and you can talk from there. So we recognize, if you are not yet here, you'll be able to talk from there, see what is going on. So that's how it's going to be. So please be rest assured on that. Then the key to me is be prayerfully prepared, and we can start the prayers from now. So I'll tell my team to share with you what we are doing tomorrow morning, 6:30 to 7:30 every Thursday. And I've teamed it Supernatural Open Doors for everybody coming. The door of parenting here must open for you. The door of good job here must open for you. Look at relationships that God gave me in how many times. The doors of good relationship must open for you all. So 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, we are praying. We're going to drop it. You all can join. They drop it here now. They drop it on the WhatsApp group. Now, the WhatsApp group, you won't pick up. I think the next people we are picking is on Friday at Newcastle, and somebody will be there to pick you. Newcastle to this place on the Borough taxi, I think is about 77 or 80 pounds. And the team taking care of that has decided to do it for 70 pounds for you. Then Manchester, like Pelumi just had her own, it's like 185 or 200. And I think it was done for her at 170 with enjoyment of take photos, take time. No taxi will wait for you. The money they are waiting, the money has gone up. And they will just drop you and that's all. So I think they're doing that 170 if you're coming from Manchester. Now, those of you from London, I have begged Yemi lives in London, to look at what he can do for that, and he will advise you, but time has gone. I will take that from him from WhatsApp next time. London, some people are saying that they've seen a 14 pounds bus from London here. Hello, those buses are not at the entrance of the airport. Did you get me? So, like, Pelumi arrived yesterday. I picked her myself. Imagine the bags she have. The bag she used to do her video is not the only bag she has. She has others, but you know, ladies. So, how would she move those 4 bags to the train station? That means she would still have to get a bus. That Victoria coach you are talking about, to get there alone, you might have to pay almost £100 to get a cab that will take you to that place. One, that cab will not move if you get there by 1 o'clock in the morning. That bus is not like, Abuja, enter and let's go. It has a time it will move. So if you have arrived in the morning, like 1 p.m., and the bus is moving by 7 p.m., you have started another waiting time for yourself. So if you have not booked London, please avoid. Thank you. Ola has dropped a video you can watch for starting on your child. So if you have not booked London, avoid it. You see that money you saw that you refuse to pay to Manchester or to Newcastle, you might still have to pay for you or do the stress. How would you pack those loads to the train station? The train station is not at the entrance of the airport. Ojino is a little bit far. So my advice is get to Manchester, get to Newcastle. But if you have booked London, be ready to give yourself ease. There's no way. Middlesbrough to London is like 5 hours, 6 hours drive. There's no way we can offer that directly from ourselves. But that's why we've created on the WhatsApp group. We begin to do, those of you that are arriving in London together, you can do a bus together, maybe on the same flight. You can do a bus together. Then we can speak with Yemi to help us, if he can help us speak with the bus that can bring people to London. That is the best I can do with London. But if you have not booked your flight, please add that money to Manchester, add that money to Newcastle, and you have ease. A lady that came last year that moved to London spent £700 from London to this place with 3 children and a lot of loans at the end of the day. So she paid more than what she was supposed to pay if she had flown down to Teesside. Yeah, if you can get to Teesside, get to Teesside. If you can get to Newcastle. Yes, Manchester. I drove 2 hours, 30 minutes yesterday, go and come, and I really felt it. Now that's that. Let's just make it 2 hours, so we have just like 11 minutes to run now. So can Mr. Lawrence, what should we check when we are viewing houses? Those of you that have agents you are talking to already, I don't have a problem with that. I just want ease for all of you. What are the things you should ask for if you are viewing, if you want to view a house? Is Lawrence there? Mr. Lawrence? Okay, if he's not there, let me take it up. If you have been, okay, please join the, can the team in Nigeria drop the WhatsApp group? Owodifari, Pelumi, drop the link of the WhatsApp group here and drop the link of tomorrow's prayer program, which is what I want to end with. If you are viewing a house, there's what they call double glaze of windows. You need to ask them, is the house double glazed? If it's not double glazed, it means that it's single glaze, and when code starts, code will enter your house. Correct. You can't stand the code of UK. Even, I like this one to share here. You know that Nigeria, they have deceived us very well. You see this pocket of hand that we do, and we think we are doing shakara. It's a lie, yo. Hello, they brought it from here. Pocket of hand is not shakara. It is here I knew that pocketing of hand, 2 hand, is for protecting your hand for cold. Somebody's getting reality. But you know, in Nigeria, you see our boys, they put their hand in their pocket like this. My son is doing it for me. Yeah. Who told you it's for shakara? And now, welcome to UK. Maybe you are coming September, October. You will know that you can't leave your hand like this and you are walking. Ooh, how? So you can't joke with this code here. Secondly, all this hood that we are using for shakara in Nigeria, who deceived us first? Who deceived us? And what are who deceived us? Who told you hood is for shakara? No, people that are doing it to cover this their ears so that code will not finish it. That's it. So you can't joke with the code. So you need to check for double glazed. I've asked, is it double glazed? There is gas rating of your house. There is A to E. If you are in E, means that your house will collect, your house system is not very good, but it's still good. DC, you should ask for it. DCB is fine, but you can still take E, but don't take F. So those of you having cheap houses, check the gas rating of the house. So E, C, D is still fine. So check the gas rating, ask them, what is the gas rating of this house? Now, boilers. Because you don't use boilers in Nigeria, you just check a house and you are fine. No, lay them on all the boilers. If the boilers are working, in 5 minutes, everything will get hot. Everything will get hot. So check all your boilers. Make sure they are working very well. Immediately you go to view. Say, please, I want to check if the boilers are working. From room to everywhere. Every room must have boilers. The heater, I mean, heaters is what I mean now. Boiler is what is in your room. Heaters in your room. Everything, plus toilet, plus kitchen, is always very cold in this place. Another thing I experienced was the zinc of my kitchen in the first house not flowing through. So open your water in your kitchen, go and check at the back if the water is flowing through very well. Now, not all houses will be excellent when you get there. So make sure in the agreement, they tell you that whatever you experience in this house in the next, they will tell you 2 weeks. But we would, if we are there to help you, we will tell them it's 1 month. That whatever you experience in this house in 1 month, you will report it and you come and fix it. But they will tell you 2 weeks. No, don't agree for 2 weeks. Say it's 1 month. And please don't sign any contract of house until you have made them do what they are supposed to do, or they have agreed that after 1 month, they will come and do it, and they sign it. And they sign, I remember something now, and just when I wish I would remember again. Don't sign any contract of house with them until they come and fix whatever they need to fix. Or, though if you don't sign, they won't let you, or they have agreed that anything you see that is wrong in this house, that report it within 1 month. And please do make sure you report it and they should come and fix it. Now, in fixing things, they have software for everything, different softwares. You get those softwares. Take the picture of the house, everything you see there that is spoiled, the day, the first day. Okay, not a problem, we go Chiku. You just check, when you check the rating of the house first, you see that for you, make sure it's a C or a B that you get. When you get that, then when you get it, we on the heater, make sure that it's working 5 minutes, it will show very soon. And when you are coming in, if God help us, some of our guys, if not me, will be there to help you to check the houses as well. So quickly, I'll stop on that. We'll still have another session. Let's round up with Pelumi, then prayers on what they asked her at the port of entry. So Pelumi, over to you. Any major question at the point of entry?
Okay, so good evening, everybody. There was no major question. There are no serious questions for me at the point of entry. Only 2 questions. They asked why I'm in the UK, and I told them, and I told the woman attending to me that I came for studies, and she asked which school and what's my discipline, which I told her. And after that, she just stamped my documents and she allowed me to go. And some people that went before me doesn't have issue as well, because I saw them stamp their documents and it was just within few minutes. So it doesn't take time. If you have your POF, fine. If you don't have it, there's nothing to worry about. There's no question along that line at all. There was no question along that line.
Now, but we are hearing that they've returned some people. Can anybody in this call boldly tell us that you have heard that somebody was returned? Apart from the rumors we are hearing, that you can confirm that some people were returned. Let me see your hands up. Okay, so nobody can confirm that boldly somebody was returned. Now let's ask, are there rumors that people are being returned? This one, have you heard any rumor like that going around? Good. Chiri was raising up her hand for prayer. Okay. Yeah, the prayer link will be dropped on WhatsApp. Drop the prayer link. B is asking for the prayer link. Okay, somebody said not rumor. Yes, now please, B, please unmute and tell us. Have you heard it?
No, I said yes, there's rumor going around that they send people back at the point of entry. And they even said they check people's phone for proof of funds. And they even went ahead to say they check people's Telegram and all those things like that. I just left the group because the rumor on that group was too much.
Okay. 2 participants raised hand. Yes, no, Chiri raised hand, but Yemi would talk to us on that again. But I have been hearing it almost on the Telegram group, especially Manchester. Hello, Pelumi just passed through Manchester. From my church, 2 people, Pelumi is from my church in Nigeria. From my church, 2 people have passed through Manchester, and they didn't ask them this question. So what do we say now? So at this level, we leave it to your faith and prayers. I don't know what I want to say again. Pelumi was scared, and I sent to her my tenancy agreement, the old my tenancy agreement. You're not going to get any money. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you just got it right. You just got it right. And the people providing POF might just want to continue making people. So tell me, if your mind is not carrying it, go and collect more and come. So I give Pelumi my tenancy agreement that if you get it, tell them that your uncle is here, your pastor is here, that is going to, that's where you are going. I guess it to her. She didn't even use it. Be confident, you are here for school. You've paid your school fees, that's why you have it, and I'm fine. How are you going to take care of yourself? Yes, hold that your statement of account that you use for this thing, and walk in the Holy Ghost. That is the last thing. And that is why we are going to be praying and be having testimony of IPA. Because another thing is, I don't want you to get to the point of entry and you are jittery. You can't be jittery there. Because that is why they want to ask you a lot of questions. So when you are going, we'll do some pep talks for you again. There is nothing to fear. You have your vignet. You have house waiting for you, which you are sure. Paid for my house. That's what you tell them. I've paid for my house. I'll be at TS something postcode. It will give you that address that you are coming to, that you've paid. So this maintenance fee, you have easy to pay for the house there in the UK. So who is not going to disturb you from that unless something else is there? And that's something else. We are the commissioner and the demobilizer, destroyer of that something else. That say that you will not cross over. That say you will not get to the next level. That say supernatural doors will not open for you. Oh, forget it. There are powers that supersede powers. There is grace that supersedes grace. So we move to the level of prayers. Any roundup word from Yemi, then we just move to what we are doing tomorrow morning and we round up. Yemi, you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to quickly contribute. I think you mentioned one of the points I wanted to talk about. I think being confident at the point of entry is very important because they watch body language. Once they start seeing any sense of jittering and fear, then they tend to like pull you aside to check you. Also, it's the issue about funds is actually real. I believe it's real because our organization was contacted by some undercover reporters because they are aware of certain things going on, especially with the agents. There are some agents that, and I'm sure we all know, there are some agents that provide funds, for some students. Anyway, like Pastor King said, if there's something else, that something else can be a lot of things. So, they reached out to us to ask that they had that, there's a scam or some arrangement going on that students don't have funds and the agents provide funds for them to put in their account. And then on the basis that when they get to the UK, when they start working, they pay with interest and different things. And some students got stranded. They came to the UK, got stranded, started going into prostitution because of the pressure the agent was putting on them. So, things have escalated. So that might be this reason why, certain things might be happening at the border, and unfortunately, even our people, I must say, we have our own problems. It's our people that open their mouths to say certain things that have started putting in problem. Also, all this rumor, can even lead to the reality of them beginning to check. So please try to kill those rumors and ensure that it doesn't spread, because once it starts spreading, and it will get to the authorities, and then they'll start looking at, okay, let's start doing this thing actually. So please, if anybody's carrying those rumors, try to tell them it's a lie, but please be prepared. When you're coming, try to tidy up every end as possible, please. God bless you. Who shared that? Ola. Those are the people that contacted me, Pi News. They were the ones, they're undercover reporters, but I said, we don't have any cases of that yet. Nobody has reached out to us. They were the ones that actually reached out. So you see that I'm not lying. Pioneers reached out to us. Me personally, I spoke to them on the phone.
So, guys, like we said, they already know that proof of fund is going on. We didn't say they did not know, but you want to get out of Nigeria and you've gotten your visa, then nothing will stop you. Martins have passed through, Pelumi have passed through. Some of us don't have the issue of proof of fund. Whatever they want, they were able to get. They didn't even ask. But some people, you have to go and get the money from somewhere. So at this junction, what is left for you is grace to carry you. But if you can put the money in, put it in and come. But at this junction, let grace carry you. Let this door open for you. Let this door open for you. Let this door open for you. And that is why we will be here to guide from admissions to arrivals, and prayerfully we do this. So Thursday morning tomorrow, 6:30 to 7:30. Somebody say, is it here you want to say it as we close and we are going? I want us to be declaring the doors of this place are open for me supernaturally. That is it. So that's what I want to see you say as you are rounding up now and we are finished. Somebody want to say thank you, fine. Some of you want to be happy with what you have heard. Yes. Are you happy with this session? Let me take that first. Are you happy with this session? Has it blessed somebody? Has it blessed somebody?
Yes.
Thank you, so
sir.
much. Thank you so much. Yes, accommodation available now because I need. Yes, accommodations. Tekla was here. I think you heard him. We'll still read through the questions. And the doors of the UK, yes, has opened to me and my household supernaturally. So please, tomorrow, you know yourself, wake yourself up by 6:30, we'll drop in the group. Let's pray. If you're a Muslim, please pray in your mosque, pray everywhere you are. Let's keep praying. The doors are open. When I say the doors are open, it's the door of job. The door of the border must open. The door of job must open. The door of your children getting good school. Hello, friends. When we finish getting school, well, I'm not a Catholic, we got Catholic schools. We'll talk about that. The schools you can get. So if you're a Catholic, good. But we got Catholic school for primary school. We got Catholic school for secondary school for our children. Those doors can open for you too. So if you believe in prayer, raise up your hand there and tell somebody, see my children, they're raising their hand up here. And say, supernatural doors are open for me in the UK. In the UK, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you. This is how much we can do today. 2 hours, 6 minutes already. And I see God helping you all. You guys are not cheap people. You guys are not failures. You guys, some of you are bankers, some of you are doctors, some of you are lawyers. It is the failure of the country that is making you to come out. So nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. We can begin to go. You can unmute and say good things. And just say, we see tomorrow, supernatural doors are open for me. 6:30 a.m. We are praying. Some of us are coming on God's. Yes. Honor, that is exactly. I came here on God's instruction. So please, let's connect to pray tomorrow on the WhatsApp group. Let's bombard it today and say supernatural doors. Nobody will stop you from saying that on the WhatsApp group, please. We created the WhatsApp group. We believe in prayers. If you don't like that, you can't excuse us. But we pray. Adura Lugbawadibitawa. Prayer brought us here. And through prayers, we are getting, thank you. Thanks for the good work, Casey. And through prayers, we get divine thinking to do what we are doing. Doors are open for me here. Great things. I'm not here 1 year here. The church we started here is already registered. It's supernatural for me. Please, somebody needs the WhatsApp link. Please give to the person. Then the prayer link as well, give to them. 6:30 tomorrow, we are praying. We can begin to go, guys. We can begin to go. Just unmute and say, thank you, Mufad. Thank you. You can begin.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Supernatural doors are open unto me in UK.
That's right.
Thank you very much, sir. Supernatural doors are open for me and my family in the UK.
Yes.
WhatsApp group, sir. Thank you, sir.
So
WhatsApp
family,
group.
don't get scared.
Thank you very
Family,
much.
don't get scared. Relax your mind. The support is here for you. Please, this is the best time. This is the best place to bring your children, to raise them. This is the best
Yes,
place.
Mufad, I know.
This is the best place, but you just need to learn about the system.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
God bless
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Yes.
I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
sir.
Supernatural doors are open for me.
Oh, we've gotten the link to tomorrow's prayer, everybody.
Okay.
Supernatural doors are open. Supernatural doors. Yes, yes. You see it on the WhatsApp. Supernatural doors are open for me. Supernatural doors are open for me. Supernatural doors are open for me. Supernatural doors are open for you all. As you go, nothing is going to stop you. You will arrive here safely by grace and by fire and by the power of the Holy Ghost. You will arrive here. Men will favor you. Children will favor you. Police will favor you. Everybody will favor you. Everything will favor you. You will get there safely. Your children will get great things. This land will favor you. This land will open up to you. This land will connect you. Honoro, I love that word you told me. Some of us are coming on God's instructions. Connect with me on WhatsApp. Let's talk. I love that. I love that. Supernatural doors are open for me, from admissions to arrival, to accommodation, to education. Yes, you will not be the first person that moved. At the time, God told Abraham, leave your father and your mother and your kindred and move. So you can move. It's in the plan of God for people to move. Joseph too left his family. Read Genesis 37. It says, and Isaac settled in a land where his father is a stranger. So you can move. You can move. You can move. Nothing stops you. There's nothing wrong in moving. Nothing wrong in moving. And when you get here, this land will favor you. Will favor you.
Amen. Amen.
The elements and all of these systems are aligned for me. I love that. I love that.
Amen.
That is good. That is good. Sister Dwyer, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. You ready for prayers tomorrow?
Yes.
Supernatural open doors are open.
Yes, supernatural doors are open for me.
Open for us all.
They're
Yes,
open.
yes. Open for us all. Thank you all. We can begin to go. Favor Leslie Akomola.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. 351121. What? I love that name. Who is that? Oh my God. What a name. Restoration, recovery, and divine synchronization. Hey, this Honor is coming to blow UK. Oh. Hey, we are waiting for you. I love those your lines that you are dropping. We can't wait for you to arrive here and get fire. Fire, fire, fire. Kabaya. Hey, hey. It will be great here. Let's pray tomorrow morning, 6:30 to 7:30. Yeah. Yes. Favor Leslie, you want to say something?
Good night, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. We'll sing prayers tomorrow, 6:30 to 7:30. Let's pray every Thursday. Yes, let's make sure we're there. 6:30 to 7:30. Supernatural doors are open for us. Lebrado shata, lebrato sata. Abraham looking ahead to praying. Yes, thank you, Ionoro. Glory to God. We are praying tomorrow. It's going to be fire, 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 fire. Just few people who pray together, and you see how you will come in here safely and things will begin to happen. Thank you all. Thank you all. It's been 2 hours, 11 minutes today. Thank you all. Thank you all. Yes. Yes, Ionoro, thank you. Good night. Send me well to your family. Send me well to your family.